Oля is here, and today I want to speak with you about real economical situation in Ukraine. I think this video will be useful for different people, as for those who want to come to Ukraine for some business, for those who want to invest in a Ukrainian business, also people who want to find Ukrainian women for themselves, or also for students who decide to come to Ukraine. I think all of those guys are interested in a real economical situation in Ukraine. How much do Ukrainians earn? How much do all the things of cost? And what is the standard of living? So I prepared this video because I saw a lot of mistakes from guys who decided to have some deals with Ukraine, and now I explain you why. Statistic information. When you want to understand the real situation in the country, real economical situation in the country, very often you use statistic information if you of course understand some numbers and indexes. And in that case you open official statistic and you can see what is the GDP, how is an average salary, how much does households earn, and other things actually. And this is normal for every country, but not for Ukraine. In Ukraine, if you guys remember that I worked in private companies, and also I worked in the government in economical department. So I actually know how government create this statistic and how private companies create this statistic. Actually, these numbers are not real in general. So private companies, they just show a statistic which is better for them and which is more convenient for them. And the same about government. When government received statistic data, they just changed it for some more good-looking numbers. And in that case, you can't have a real picture of Ukrainian economy if you look for just statistic data. And this can tell you every Ukrainian. All Ukrainians know that you never can refer to statistic information. Also, the same you can hear from honest governmental person. They also will tell you that, guys, this statistic is not real and they have anything in common with real situation in Ukraine. So if you want to know the real situation of economy in Ukraine, I suggest you to use the information from international agencies like Standard&Poors, Fitch Group, Moody's, etc. So use information of international agencies, but never refer to statistic which is given you by Ukrainian government, because it's not real. Average salary. A lot of guys try to estimate economical situation in Ukraine according to average salary. Of course, it's logic. It seems logically because when you see the average salary, so you can just imagine how much people spend, how much people earn, and you can have some imagination of prices. But again, as I told you before, any statistic information from Ukraine doesn't make sense, especially average salary. And if you want to start some business in Ukraine and you want to know the level of salaries, I would suggest you open some working websites and see how much people actually earn, how much companies propose. And also I suggest you, maybe if you have some friends or very close friends who can share the level of their salaries, it will be great. So you will have a real imagination about salaries in Kyiv and in Ukraine in general, because when you look for the average salary about from official statistic, you will not understand anything. And now I'll explain you more about that. First of all, average salary in Ukraine doesn't make sense because salaries in Kyiv and in regional centers are very different. For example, according to Statistic, for the November 2016, the average salary in Kyiv was 9,000 hryvnias. Average salary in some regions was 3,900 hryvnias. So you can already see where is 9,000 of hryvnias and where is 3,900 hryvnias. The difference is more than twice. And of course it's average salary, so it doesn't mean that average salary in Kyiv is 9,000, so all people have 9,000. No, it means that some people can have 5,000 and some people can have 20,000. And both salaries is normal for Kyiv. So average average salary actually tells you nothing. Statistic can show you just official salary, which employees show in their report. But not all the salary is official. Actually, I think official, all the salary is official only in a big corporation, in a big international companies who have a lot of money and who can deal honestly with government. For people who are small companies, small plants, small producers, they don't have such opportunity to pay real salary and show real salary and pay taxes, because they will not have a profit and they will not have enough money. So very often we have a few different ways how employees hide the real salary. First of all, they show official salary as a really low salary, like actually can be minimum salary, and another money they pay like bonuses. So because in Ukraine the law is very strict, and according to the law you need every month on the exact date you need to pay some money to your workers. But if you, for example, don't have this money on those days on your account, I mean on your official bank account, everything can be, you know, can be delayed from suppliers, can be some issues with bank, everything can happen. So you will have a huge fine, and also you can have a criminal responsibility. So of course a lot of guys try to insure themselves, something like that, so they show the official salary like low salary, so this salary which they will always pay for their employees, and it's like they always have this money. And the other salary they pay like bonuses, it's also official, they also pay taxes from all of this money, so it's everything official, but this is bonuses, so this is not salary actually, and this numbers is not included to the average salary in general. Another way how they can hide it is just they pay official salary and pay taxes from them, and another amount they pay in cash. And actually official salary can be just 40% and 60, like around 60%. It can be just cash and non-official salary without no taxes. It's also very popular in Ukraine. The third way is actually no salary official, just black salary to people. Most of the time, of course, it's in the very small companies, actually even not small companies, just private entrepreneurs who have some employers who don't have enough money, you know, so they just earn little amount of money and he shares some of his profit with employers. Of course it's not good, of course it's not normal, and I'm not going to discuss if it's good or not, but in this video I just want to show you the real information, the real situation in Ukraine, so you can just imagine. So that's why when you look at the average salary, these numbers tell you nothing. The average salary in Ukraine to the end of 2016 year was $200. So some guys look at this number and think, oh my gosh, this is so cheap, you know, so I can live in Ukraine like a king. But when he started to search for renting an apartment in Kiev, he discovered that the average price, no, not average, the cheapest price for apartment is $300 per month, and actually this is not good apartment and not in the downtown, because if you want to rent a good apartment in downtown it will be $800, and those people, I just wonder how Ukrainians can pay this money if the average salary is $200. So this is, guys, the answer. Average salary tells nothing, you know. If you ask any Ukrainians what is the minimum salary according to Statistic, what is the average salary according to Statistic, so every Ukrainian will just laugh from these numbers, because all people know that nobody earns those small ridiculous miserable money which we have in Statistic. Everyone know that. So you just guys can be you just can have a real picture of Ukraine, but this is not real numbers. Nobody, of course there are some people who earn this money, but it's not very widespread in Ukraine. Most people have more money. Private entrepreneurs, this is very important part of people, and you can't exclude them. So those people, they don't have salary, because actually you can be rich if you earn salary. Of course if you are top manager you can be rich, but in general average people, they don't have a high salary. But if you open your even small business, you can have a very good income, but you will not have a salary. So also your income is not included to average salary in Ukraine, but you actually can have so much money and you can buy apartments and cars and everything else. Most important thing is that there are a lot of people who works as employees, but they are officially private entrepreneurs. Why? Because it's more convenient and there is more benefit because of taxes. So if you are an employee officially, you need to pay 19% from your salary, from your official salary, taxes, and also your employee need to pay around 33% from your salary taxes. So you both pay taxes from your salary, and as you see, it's a huge amount, actually 50%. But if you work as a private entrepreneur, so you just need to pay 5% of your income. So you see the big difference, where is the 50%, where is the 5% of your income. Actually, so a lot of employers just sign kind of partnership with private entrepreneurs, and officially both of them pay taxes, but there is more benefit for those people than to be as an employee. But those income also is not included to average salary, and you already can have imagination of real salaries in Ukraine. And I need to say that as bigger salary is it, so there is more benefit to use it like private entrepreneurs instead of being employee on some company. Also, in general, just if some people start business, they can have any income. And actually, the situation in Ukraine is that it's so hard. I can say even it's not so hard to know how much people earn, but there is not so big desire to know how much people earn. And yes, you probably know that Ukraine have a very big percent of shadow economy, and I think this situation is good for all of it's situation good for people, and people don't want to change it, and actually government also probably don't want to change it. And actually, if you work as a private entrepreneur in some and you provide, for example, some services, so you actually don't have any expenses. I mean, as a producer, you have expenses, you have suppliers, so it's more easy to understand how much do you earn and what is your revenue. The same about when you sell something. But when you provide services, it's like nobody can count that how much do you earn, and after every working day or some period of time, you need to take this money which you received on cash, if you receive the cash, not on the bank account. If you receive the cash, you need to put those money to bank account, but you cannot put them actually, and nobody will know how much do you earn. Or you can put money on the bank account, but not all the amount, so there is so many different scheme actually. And of course, if government have a very big desire, I think they can find how much they earn and everything else. But in general, if it's small amount of money, like $300, $400, $500 per month, nobody will care about that. If there is people who earn $20,000 every month or $50,000 every month, so this is not comparable amount actually. So this is also the way how people earn money. So if you want understand real situation in Ukraine, I suggest you first of all looking price for apartment for sale. You can already have imagination if there are so much apartment, for example 2-room apartment, and the real average price of them is $70,000. So it means that someone will buy this apartment actually. So people will have money to buy this apartment. Yes, because if they will not have money, nobody will sell them for that price. And this is just average price for 2-room apartment, which I showed you in my previous videos. Another one, look at the apartment for rent. The minimum rent in Kyiv is from of normal apartment, let's say of normal apartment, not very old Soviet without any furniture. No, for normal apartment is from $300 per month. So which logically, if person rent apartment for $300 per month, he can't earn $300 per month and put all his salary to one apartment. Of course, he earns more, much more. And also look at the cars which is in Ukraine. I think 4 cars, and you need to understand that cars in Ukraine is 2 or 3 times more expensive than in Europe and United States. So you also can understand which is standard of living in Ukraine. As I know, a lot of people who come to Ukraine, really come to Ukraine, they just wonder how Ukrainians pay so huge money for rent, how Ukrainians have such very expensive cars, and what to say if we have some Teslas on the taxi. We have Mercedes S-Class on taxis. We have BMW after tuning atelier. We have Brabus. We have actually we have so many different very rich cars, which I just can see on my region. In my region where I live in Kyiv, it's not a rich region, it's just normal average region, you know. So average people live there. They have very expensive cars, and you guys, when you will come to Ukraine, you will understand that Ukrainians are not stupid. They don't earn miserable money. They are very good entrepreneurs, and everyone live with pretty high standard of living here. So I just decided to share this information because a lot of guys want to start some business in Ukraine. They think, oh, I will buy apartment for a few dollars actually here in Ukraine. I will invest something. People are so poor, so they will be happy if I will pay just few dollars to them, something like that. But situation is totally different. Of course, there are poor people. I think poor people are everywhere in the countries, in all countries. In Ukraine also we have them. But if you look at the general, so people are not poor, people don't live poor, and you need to know that before you come for studying, before you come for investing, before you come for starting some business. So this is actually what I want to tell you. I hope this video was useful for you and you got a lot of very useful information. And if you have what to add, of course, write me in the comments. And also if you have some questions, I will also be very happy to answer you on that. Love you guys all. Bye.